Rugby, 120 kilometres north of Canberra, comes to life. More than 1,000 lambs were sheared today. One of the team tackling this task, shearer Michaela Hall, prepares her gear and her body.
I don't think twice about it. I don't walk in the shed and just think, oh, someone's going to notice that there's a female shearer. I just go to work.
The number of female shearers is on the rise, but Michaela is usually the only woman shearing in her team. It's something she's been doing professionally for the past 3 years. It follows a childhood spent around the shed with her mum, who's also a shearer.
I loved playing with all the lambs, and I just thought it was so funny, and Mum would be there shearing and we just sit in the pen and just like play with the sheep. It was amazing watching her doing it at the start. There was no other females working in the shed, it was just Mum. So it was really awesome to see like how hard she worked around all the other boys. Nothing knocked her down, and still the exact same.
Michaela began working as a roustabout before giving shearing a go.
I just remember finishing a couple off for Mum, and I thought, oh, that's so satisfying, like just the flow of the handpiece and like how it comes off and all that. I know I went to a school. I really wanted to be able to shear one for the shearers on the hour just to help them out because I could see how hard they were working, and then I just decided that apparently I just want to work that hard.
Shearing's physically demanding, and today the lambs are frisky.
50's on the pace to get 200 for the day.
Yeah, so that's your goal, 200 today?
Yeah, I'm 5 behind already, so we'll see what happens.
Shearers are used to racing the clock. They get paid per sheep. So the higher the tally, the more money they take home at the end of the day. Away from the shed, Michaela races the clock in competition.
Speed shearing is like a sprint race with a pumped up crowd and loud music. All around the head and belly is removed and the shearers race to take the rest off.
And you have to just shear your sheep as quick and cleanly as you can. They'll either give you a red light saying it's not clean enough, or they'll give you a green light and you move on to the next level. And so it's quite difficult. If your sheep kicks at 1 second, completely put you back like 10 places. So,
And it's one shot.
one shot. That's it.
And she's pretty quick, earning a place on the Australian team at the Welsh International Speed Shearing titles. The sport is a big deal in the UK, attracting hundreds of competitors and large crowds.
My best time was over in Wales in the competition. It was 24 seconds. Yeah, I was really hoping to get down to 23, but 24 is still, I'm stoked about that.
She claimed 8th place in the women's event.
And people are like putting their arms in, shaking your hand, and it was just absolutely different.
So got a rock star treatment.
I felt like such a rock star, yeah, definitely.
So how did the ones you're shearing today, these lambs, compare to, say, what you were seeing in Wales?
Oh, yeah. The sheep over there were incredible. Absolutely amazing. They're just neat, tidy. These ones are a little bit greasy and they just build up with gunk and stuff on your comb. Over there, none of that. It's all just smooth sailing. Hey, Mum!
The success in competition was a surprise for shearer mum.
I kind of watched her style and thought, she might be pretty good at this. And then boom, out of nowhere she become very good at this.
Good to see her shearing quicker than the bloke.
Ah, yeah, I always get a little kick out of that. I always ask her how many she's done and she's rung the shed or... I mean, what else can I say? She's my daughter. I'm pretty proud of her. Yeah.
But things weren't always so smooth.
She got back one day after a shed and
It was my first day shearing.
her hands were just one big blister. She come back, she was just in tears.
I just cried the whole way home. I hate this job. No, I think I did 59 or something for my first full day in the sheds. And yeah, it was quite tough. The first day was better, the second and third day was definitely harder because you're feeling real sore by then.
In Wagga Wagga, a group of high school students are trying shearing at an all-girls training session at TAFE.
Hand underneath the comb and pull it through. Second one's going to come down beside that one. And we're using that left hand all the time to pull the skin up. We've got 14 here. There's 3 who have never been in a shed before, 3 or 4 who have been working in the shed in the past, so they've brought some skills with them, and the others have just had a little bit of a touch. But at the end of day 1.5, they've crunched the 90-odd sheep that we had in yesterday, and they've now taken all the bellies off them this morning, so they'll get into the back legs and the side of the sheep and have most of those shorn by tomorrow. It's a great progress.
Rob Harris has been involved in shearing and wool training for more than 30 years. Once the classes were full of men, but now half his wool classing students are women and about 10% of the learner shearers.
It's a great morale booster, and if you've got other women there who can be mentors, that can be just so much better for them. It gives them that confidence to say, yeah, this is okay, I can do this.
Border restrictions during the COVID pandemic led to a shortage of shearers in Australia, and it prompted many women who were working as wool handlers to pick up the shearing handpiece. The industry says the numbers of female shearers have continued to increase as more young women take up training opportunities like this.
The shortage of shearers has also led to opportunities for other women. Shearer and mother of 4 Nikki Lyons went back to the shed during the pandemic after a 10-year break.
So I came back shearing school hours. So I'd put the kids on the bus, go to work, shear until 3 o'clock, knock off, pick them up from school and come home and get all of my motherly chores done. And yeah, that was how I got back into it.
The 37-year-old set a world record, shearing 395 merino lambs over 8 hours near Yass late last year. It was the culmination of a 20-year dream.
Yeah, so what spurred me on to do a record was when I was learning to shear, a man called Wayne Black was setting records that I heard about through the shearing sheds. And it was mentioned to me at work that there weren't any female records set in merinos. And I remember thinking, wow, that'd be amazing to get good enough to even attempt one of those.
While speed shearing's a sprint, getting a world record is like a marathon.
Getting your body fit, getting your mind fit, the nutrition required, even using naturopaths and all of that, looking after myself.
The record put Nikki in an elite group of record-setting women shearers, including 31-year-old Kiwi shearer Sasha Bond. She put her name in the books with some impressive tallies set in just over 12 months. Sasha cut her teeth in Australian shearing sheds.
From my point of view, I saw the respect that the shearers gained just from being a shearer. I quickly worked out that they made the most amount of money, and that's a big drive for me as well. And I just saw it as a way of growing my skill levels.
Her father was a shearer and initially dead against her taking it up.
At the beginning, he thought a young woman's body wouldn't be able to sustain the impact that you endure while you're a shearer. So yeah, he wasn't keen at all to teach me, so I had to go source that from other people, and I managed to find a few people around Dubbo, Warren region that were happy to show me.
Keeping her body fit to withstand the grueling days in the shed means good nutrition and early morning workouts in the gym, a routine she stepped up when training for the world record.
So I'd get up some mornings 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, go and do an hour in the gym, and then pop off to work and do an 8-hour shearing day. Majority of the time that was 7 days a week. Some days I was lucky enough to get a day off, but that wasn't very often. At the start I did it to try and prove something to someone, but after doing 3 I've realised that I possibly didn't do it to try and prove it to anyone else but to myself, and now the self-growth that I've gotten from doing these attempts has been more that I've taken out than actually doing them.
She's also keen to inspire the next crop of young women shearers.
Maybe 3 weeks ago there was 6 of us females shearing in the shed, and majority of them are shearing more than the boys. Well, I hope that it means that they feel like they can do it themselves as well. Like if they put in the work and dedicate themselves to something like that, I hope it inspires them to want to do this.
Shearing is becoming a dying art, and more farmers are getting out of sheep, and I hope that my record can give some publicity to Australian wool, and in particular the merino. Because in 10 years' time, I'm not sure how many merinos we'll have left.
Michaela has this advice.
Try it, for sure, 100%. Know that it is going to be tough, and you might cry a little bit, which it's okay, you can do that. But yeah, definitely get into it. You meet some amazing people and you can travel all over the world.